Agbeko trying to go to the midsection.
You mentioned the jab. Both men really using that punch very effectively.
There it is.
Look at there's Agbeko. Right on cue. I like that.
Nicely done.
This fight is percolating too. You can feel it getting to that point, can't you?
The drama is building. As you would say, the plot is thickening,
yes,
even at this early juncture.
It is.
You feel like something's about to happen.
That's the way. The cut is under control. Don't worry about it. Sigue trabajando con tu jab. Keep working with your jab. And the upper, and I don't want you to stay inside. When you hit him, you go back outside.
Mares has one of the best cut men in the business, the ubiquitous and highly regarded Miguel Diaz. And I tell you, cuts are nothing new to Abner Mares. He was cut toward the end of the first fight, and now here at the beginning of the second. And probably from a punch. But it's very much under control now. Round 5 scheduled for 12 for the IBF Bantamweight Championship. Abner Mares in the black with green and white trim. Joseph Agbeko in the black with red and yellow and green trim.
Checking the press row scoring, and Kevin Baxter of LA Times, Doug Fisher, RingTV.com, and Ira Geraldo from La Opinion all believe that Abner Mares is winning. I have it 39-37. How do you have it, Antonio?
I have it 39-37. I gave Joseph Agbeko the first round, and Abner Mares the last 3.
And to show how close this fight is, though, in the last round, 17 connects by Mares and 16 by Agbeko. So, you know, the rounds are pretty close.
It seems like Agbeko now is focused on the body. He's doing some good body work. And he landed a couple of those wild left hooks up top.
The first fight was a close majority decision won by Mares in a highly controversial affair. 60 low blows thrown by Abner Mares. A lunging right hand there by Agbeko missing.
You know, if Agbeko feels like he hasn't had the best of luck in the United States, he's been down 4 times in recent fights. None of them were truly knockdowns. Now there's Mares pushing down on the head of Agbeko. Plumerat at least references that. Down against Archinian, it wasn't really a knockdown. A clash of heads against Perez that put him down. The flash knockdown by Mares that wasn't really a knockdown. So he's had some very strange and unfortunate calls against him, Agbeko.
Highly questionable. Yeah, he went down to the first and the 11th. The 11th was astonishing.
I forgot that one. That was the most bizarre one.
It was an obvious low blow, and it was called a knockdown. Yeah, if you're just joining us, amazingly, Mares never penalized a single point in the first fight.
It seems like Agbeko now has found his mark. He's doing some good work, and he's beating Abner Mares to the punch, something we haven't seen in the first fight and early on in this fight.
Yeah, seeing little subtle signs. Yeah, a little different from the first fight.
And even though he's behind, as you say, point out, Antonio, it's a little more activity from him.
And the best punch that he had the most success with was the counter right hand, and we haven't seen that yet.
Right.
And he waited late to start with that punch in the first fight out.
Yep. And that is his KO thunder punch. Nice left hook to the jaw by Agbeko in that exchange. That was a furious exchange, and they continue after the bell.
Big right by Mares at the end as well.
The Super 6 final is just 2 weeks away, but Andre Ward and Carl Froch have already traded verbal jabs. Tune in to Stare Down right after boxing.
And Jim Gray, of course, was right in the middle of those two. And Andre Ward actually reminded Carl Froch that Jim was the host, which I thought was very nice of him.
Thank you, sir.
The last round was indicative of how the fights normally go between these two. Now, there was a good left hook by Agbeko. Counter right hand by Abner Mars, maybe his most powerful punch of the fight. And that exchange starting to heat up in this fight.
Definitely a different Joseph Agbeko. You see the coagulant substance around the right eye of Abner Maris. A cut opened above Morris's right eye in round 2. Dr. Lou Moret, the ref, said it was not from a clash of heads, but from a punch. Round 6, scheduled for 12 for the IBF bantamweight belt, belonging to Morris. Used to belong to Agbeko. In fact, Agbeko's trying to get it back for the 3rd time. Will 3 be a charm tonight in Anaheim?
The number of power punches in this fight, Mares again outlanding Agbeko in power punches. He did it in the first fight. And a lot of those are body punches that Mares is throwing.
Left hook blocked nicely by Mares. Now the overhand right by Agbeko, missing by a lot.
And the wild card here is the 7th, 8th round is about the time when Mares tends to fade a bit. So we're going to see if that happens in this fight.
And we'll see if he continues to keep his distance and move around a lot, just as he's doing here over the first 6.
If you're looking for a knockout in this fight, you know, not that likely. Good right hand by Mares, though.
That was after a left.
Both these men have gone a series, 5 fights for Agbeko, 3 for Mares against elite opponents without a knockout.
That was a sparkling combination by Mares. Maybe his best of the night.
And it seemed like he was focused to come out in this round. Mares was to take back control. He's landed some really crisp shots to the head, and with another good right hand.
I mean, I don't know what the outcome's going to be, but he is a brilliant young fighter.
He is, especially when he fights this way. When he stays on balance and he throws combinations and doesn't get into, like the brawl he got into truthfully against Darchini. He was able to win it on sheer will, but this is a better version of Mares.
That's why this is such a cool combination to watch. You got the brilliance, the technique, the power of Mares, and you've got the heart and the resolve and the guts of Agbeko. It's combustible.
They both thought they would benefit from having been in the ring with each other for 12 rounds, and I think to some degree they have, although Mares has made a little more of it.
Well, they both landed simultaneously there.
Good double left hook a moment ago by Mares. He's got a very good left hook.
Wild miss on a left hook attempt. Now Agbeko's claiming that was a low blow.
I think it was a little low, but
Okay.
Moret's not saying anything to Mares as the bell sounds.
well, maybe we'll get a chance to see.
Give me a little one. Very nice, baby.
Well, let's take a peek back. Of course, it's slow motion. It's pretty easy to determine, but let's see. As Mares, that was very low. So that one definitely landed below the belt line, and Lou Moret's got a pretty good sight line of that one. So, yep, that was way low. And you see Lou jumping in there, and he was willing to give Agbeko some time, though he did not warn Mares at that juncture.
I'm kind of surprised that he didn't warn Mares.
I am too.
So that a feeling that is not foreign to Agbeko against Mr. Mares as they work on that cut. He absorbed many a debilitating low blow in that first fight. Just kept fighting on, and he never retaliated. He never retaliated. He was a professional about it. Let's see what he does here.
Yeah, I was more concerned or either wondering why his corner never stepped up, because in the first fight it was just obvious that the referee was not going to warn or not going to take a point. I think it was the corner responsibility, to really get into the referee's, face and make it be known that he's ruined this fight.
Yeah, they didn't do it till the 12th round of that first fight, and so far you don't see that rage.
As was the case in the first fight, and this, of course, is unofficial scoring, but Pressrow has a pretty big margin for Abner Mares, though Geraldo has it the closest, and I think we also believe Mares probably has an edge in this fight. Just how much remains to be seen.
Round 7.
This has been a good round 7, though, for Mares. So far, we're not seeing any signs of slowing down by him. Remember, we talked about Agbeko, again, being the 31-year-old, and he's been in a number of wars recently, as has Mares, the fights with Perez, Darchinian, and Mares. And so at 31, will that take its toll on him?
Yeah, you wonder if it's depleted some of his energy. He won't lose any fortitude, that's for sure. But at 26, you wonder if all those punishing fights have fortified Abner Mares.
Yeah, he probably has become a better fighter. He's seen adversity in the ring. He's overcome adversity. And right now, it seems as if Agbeko is having a hard time consistently having good moments in the fight. And that spells good for Abner Mares.
Agbeko's not been able to use his best weapons, jabs and straight right hands. He's not done as well with the jab tonight as he did in the first fight. And the left hooks have replaced the right again in this fight.
Which you would think will not work in his favor in the long run.
I don't think so.
We approach 30 seconds remaining, round 7. There's a good jab, double jab to the head by Agbeko. He pushes Mares back momentarily.
Some of the fight has to do with game plan, and Joseph Agbeko, I just think he has been too reliant on trying to throw those wide sweeping left hooks. We just saw another one, and not doing what he does best.
And there was a wide sweeping right hand by Mares that actually tagged Agbeko, but didn't have a lot of impact.
Let him relax, please. Let him relax. Let him relax.
Okay, when you keep your distance, he can't get to you. Okay? He's not going to find you. So you got to keep your distance and keep your left hand high. Let's not complicate things by low blows. Let's maintain the left hand high. Breathe deep. Breathe deep.
Here we go into round 8, scheduled for 12 for the IBF Bantamweight Championship from the Honda Center in Anaheim. The rematch of a very controversial fight between undefeated Abner Mares and Joseph Agbeko.
And that's good corner work by Clemente Medina. 2 simple messages, both accurate. Telling him to stay on the outside and do not throw that left low. I mean, that's 2 simple things. That's what you want to do in corners.
Now, I saw where Agbeko came out and he landed a counter right hand for the first time. It was a clean shot, and he's being aggressive with that jab now. Let's see if the tides turn, because on my scorecard, it seems like this fight is slipping away from Joseph Agbeko.
I agree, and those numbers would indicate that. An edge for Mares in power punches, and of course, the last round an edge.
Agbeko just snuck in a right, and it got Mares going. He uncoiled with a flurry. Lou Moret, 28 years as a referee, played himself in the movie $1 Million Baby.